Hello? Is this thing on? You might want to pay attention to this one right here. They're talking about the automatic registration for the United States military draft. Oh yeah. Meaning you might not even have a choice anymore. Ain't no paperwork, ain't gonna be no sign up, just an automatic system. So the real question is, why now? Tune in today's broadcast. Let's do this.
Your way is going to destroy everything we built. My way is the only path to redemption.
Wait, they're here. We have to move now.
Your way is going to destroy everything we built. My way is the only path to redemption.
Wait, they're here. We have to move now.
Yeah. What it do, y'all? It's your brother, man, from the motherland, coming to you guys live from the NY, back with another one of that ROD pod. For those that don't know who I am the Honorable Junes, not a Bantu or a Jew, but a El Kebulan kidnap that is ready for the get back. And welcome back to the Redeem or Destroy podcast. Round of applause for that. Yes, sir. Hope everybody's having a phenomenal night. Definitely had to come on, got some information, and I said, you know what? I need to sit down and have a conversation with the people. Yes, it's about to go down. It's about to be real. It's about to be intense. And that is, without further ado, let me show you my screen. Let's load it up just a little higher so you guys can see. Starting in December, automatic registration for the U.S. military draft will be in full effect. Starting in December. Now, some of you guys gonna have mixed feelings about it. You know, a lot of us is kind of upset that, you know, America went in, what should I say, put themselves in a war that they had no business being in. A lot of people would like this president to be impeached, etc. But none of these things is going to happen. And there's numerous reasons. But the real understanding, or the real question, should I say, you guys should be asking is, why now? Why is now all of a sudden the time where automatic drafting is taking place? I'm going to give you guys a little minute to process that. And please leave your comments in the box. Please comment. We need all that. Let you think about that for a little bit. So the reason why everything is happening now is for two reasons. Remember the conversation that was had about the earth being overpopulated? Remember 2019, where in order for you to continue working, you was obligated? You remember those times? So this is how things is coming back to bite us in our behind in full circle. You know why Trump was able to just bring the country into the war? Because the mass majority of you so-called U.S. citizens are medically situated. A procedure that takes you away from being a human being and turns you into something else. And when you get turned into something else, you are no longer protected by the you know what. So when you lose your protection, you also are now given a direction. And that direction was coming from individuals who now has complete ownership over you. See, this is monopoly at its highest order. This is, yeah, it's too many of y'all over here. Y'all ain't doing shit with yourselves. It is time for us to, depopulate. And it started off with something in China, made its way to America, and literally reconstruct the entire world. A TED Talk conversation took place. And in this TED Talk, it was said that if they get the right, you know what, the right VVs, we can drop the population down to, what was it, 3 to 6%? That's a lot of people. And when you pay attention to the primary target, let that sink in. When you see who's the primary target, you will understand that it is you and I that is taking up the space. Let me read to you guys exactly what this so-called automatic draft entails. Let me read this to you guys. I want you guys to process this. Please bear with me. Bear with me. Let me read with you guys. Okay. It says, this is the executive summary. It says the claims is true. Hold on. Let me zoom in. The comment. They won't let me zoom in. That's fine. All right. It says the claims are true, that the narrow sense that automatic registration for the Selective Service draft pool is scheduled to take effect in December 2026 because Congress announced the Military Selective Service Act in the FY 2026 National Defense Authorization Act, which basically means that because Congress did not support this war and did not sign off on this war, they are now putting it into motion that the so-called armies, the people that is trained to defend the country, don't have to participate in this war. And because of that, an automatic, and I repeat, an automatic draft has taken place where a particular group of people will be chosen. A lot of you guys will be receiving letters in the mail. And it's supposedly supposed to be from 18 to 25 years old. That's what they're saying, supposedly. But just a while back, it stated that they're raising the age limit to 42. So from 18 to 25 is this so-called automatic draft. But military, joining the army in general, has been risen to the age of 42. Now, earlier I said, why now? And I told you guys that a lot of it has to do with the situation, the procedures, the overpopulated people on this earth. Agenda 2030 is around the corner, guys. I repeat, Agenda 2030 is around the corner. They got a brand new, let me tell you exactly where we're heading. They got a brand new variant that's coming out. Or should I say is already out. That is going to cause ticks and lice. They're putting stuff into the meat. They said if too much meat can cause you to catch a rare disease, a rare condition called something alpha gel something. That's what it's called. So the goal now is to throw you guys in war, minimize your protein/meat intake. And I don't want to dive off subject, but let me just let you guys understand why they are attacking the food and making it fearful about the food, because a lot of people is catching lawsuits. They're losing too much money. People are waking up, and then they need you to take their what they call that, the appeal brand fruits and vegetables. Okay. But everything is to minimize the growth. You understand? I really want you guys to process what's going on here. It's too many of us on this earth. A lot of us has been contaminated. Your president said it out his mouth. A lot of you, this will be a casualty of war. We will lose individuals. That was said out his mouth. That's not me. So from what I've been gathering, just paying attention and receiving all the intel from all my supporters. Shout out to the supporters. Shout out to the supporters. Round of applause for that. Shout out to the supporters. Brothers and sisters send me, news clips and videos. Shout out to the sister that wants me to do a whole breakdown. And they send me stuff. And while I'm digging through the files, I'm starting to see the contradictions. I'm starting to see the similar biblical approach that contradicts the Bible is what I'm seeing coming out of these so-called individuals that's supposed to be representing this great so-called nation. You understand? I watched the individual say, if I'm not president, we're going to go to war. He became president, and here we are, right at your front door. I heard that, taking the woo-woo-woo was off limits, but now taking the woo-woo-woo is what you need to survive. I can go on and on and on and tell you guys all the things that's going on, but I really got to be mindful of the things that I say, because I'm on these people's platforms and I am not on these people's salary. Okay? These guys that you see on these YouTubes that's talking this talk, and you see there's no shadow ban, there's no clicking, these are the paid agents. But for here, we're going to tell you for what it is. It's too many of us. And you guys fell for the bait. You gave up your humanitarianized, am I saying it right? You gave up your human rights for protection and comfort. And now that we are here, that protection and comfort is coming to an end. You will be drafted. Melanated children will be in the front lines. Hispanic children will be in the front lines. You get out of high school, you thinking you about to get a job working for Amazon or Apple. No, you will be in the front lines. I remember, was it a year ago or 2 years ago when our president said, this is the calm before the storm. Who remembers that? Which one of you guys remember that? Which one of you guys remember the calm before the storm? Which one of you guys remember that? Oh, okay. This was the calm before the storm. I remember Kamala saying out her mouth that 2026 could be the last Christmas. That came out her mouth while she was the vice president of the United States. Which makes me come to the conclusion that all of this was planned all along. I'll be honest with you guys. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If it's not true, may you guys forgive me. I believe, and this is just me personally, I believe Iran is in cahoots with America. I believe that I believe that these people don't have no access to no nuclear weapons whatsoever. I think all of that was just a facade to cause fear, to prevent brothers and sisters from ever rebelling whatsoever. I don't think that they have it. Why you say, June, why you think that they ain't in cahoots? I mean, look, check this out. Now, anybody knows this is just street rules and regulations, right? We all know that if we go into war and we about to get it shaken, the first person that's supposed to be protected is the leader, the ruler of the nation. Yo, bro, 2 days into the war, the nigga that's supposed to be the ruler was found. They dropped the missile. Everybody in the house was unalive. Weeks later, same procedure was done to the governor or the prime minister of ISIS, Ra and El. You understand? I'm watching videos. They're saying that they lit up Dubai. People are sending me videos in real time. Like, yo, I'm in Dubai right now. I don't know what they talking about. I don't know what they talking about. So I'm seeing what's going on in Dubai and nothing is going on, guys. Everything is cool, calm, and collective. Everything is just cool, calm, and collective. I don't see a single situation whatsoever. I don't see a single situation whatsoever. They telling me everything is fine. I'm watching the so-called missiles being, let off into the sunset, let off into the air, and I'm watching it looking like a video game. It feels like these dudes is playing a game of Pac-Man. That's just me. Like I said, I believe that these dudes are all in cahoots to bring forth the true agenda. And for those that don't know what the true agenda is, go do your homework. That's just me. It's like things just don't make sense. A war was happening without no approval. Missiles was dropped without no approval. Invasions took place without no approval. You know that this man has done dropped bombs on more countries than the last 4 presidents combined? You guys are aware of this, right? You guys are aware that this man that we once thought was going to be the man to so-called save America, make America great again, is literally out to destroy this place called the United States. like literally. With the removal of healthcare from non-working individuals, and don't get it twisted. Let me say that. Let me throw this out there. Let's not get it twisted. I am in support of a lot of things that this man has brought forth. I am in support of that. But what I'm not in support of is the fugazi that comes along with it. You understand? This man came out. He took away this. He took away that. We got the big, beautiful bill. And it's like, when you watch exactly what's being taken away, it's like he's taking away things to place everybody in the corner. And now everybody's in this corner. Everybody is in an outrage, demanding change. But you in this corner. Your food has been tampered with. Everything that was once, connected to the universe is tampered with. And I believe that they're going to, tell you, listen, if you want to eat, if you want your family to eat, you got to do et cetera, et cetera. Hence, might have to jump out of a plane. I'm just saying. And I know it seems like I'm ranting, but I'm really not. I'm providing you guys with this intel. Everything is a domino effect. You have to understand how they're playing this game. This is why my name is Pimp Game. You have to pimp this game. You have to understand how they're playing this game. They are literally playing real life Monopoly. And the money that you guys thinking that you get, the fake money that you got in that game has been replaced with time. Time is more valuable than money. What you put your time into is what you're going to get back. The reason why they make you work 9 to 5, and because of your 9 to 5, because of your service of doing 9 to 5, you get a little sheet of paper that is backed by absolutely nothing but time. The time is connected to you. You are connected to the solar universe. You are more precious than rubies, gold, diamonds, whatever. You are that precious, that valuable. But what's more valuable when it's coming from you? It's not bringing forth a child. Child, that's normal. You can always bring forth a child. But what they tell you can never get back, that is time. Time. And this is perfect timing. And I believe the reason why they're speeding up the process, and this is just me again, people are waking up. And when I say waking up, I don't want you guys thinking that I'm saying waking up to no Abrahamic doctrine. That's not what I mean by when I'm saying people are waking up. When I say people are waking up, I'm talking specifically about those that's able to see the nonsense, that's able to connect the dots, that's able to understand the real core reason into the creation of religion. Religion is a facade. It is fake. That's why they tell you to have faith. You have faith on things that are fake. And religion is literally the house of faith. And that's because religion is fake. That's just what it is. So when I say brothers and sisters are woke, I'm saying brothers and sisters are woke because now they're waking up to their identity. Brothers and sisters is waking up to their ancestors. Because we're changing our lifestyle, our ancestors are able to communicate with us. Because we are giving offerings to our ancestors are able to communicate with us. Because we are no longer participating in this Abrahamic, Luciferian, satanic, barbaric religion, the ancestors are able to communicate with us. They are talking to us loud and clear. People are seeing visions, signs. People are, hearing thoughts in their head like, yo, I need you to do, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of us is waking up to that. And because brothers and sisters are waking up to that, you already know the objective. Because you pose a threat to the system. So the goal is, all right, cool. Let's put out a plan to, remove brothers and sisters. Not in a suspicious manner, because if it looks suspicious, of course, brothers and sisters is going to rebel or, have lawsuits, the whole shebang. So they have to sell it in a different way. So how do they do that? How do they present this foolishness to you? It's got to be done in secretly, in secrecy. They got to tell you this, then you're going to accept that. Then you're going to walk here, and then you're going to want that. But like I said, we have become expendable. Monopoly in full effect, guys. It's in full effect, guys. No, Jesus is coming to redeem you guys. No, Krishna is coming to redeem you guys. No, Allah, none of that shit is going to redeem you. It's not. So what do we do? What do we do? We know things that's going to be leading up to December, or if not January. We already know the rules and the persecutions that's going to come to anybody that, denounce or does not participate in this draft. You're going to see a lot of people be in jail. You're going to see a lot of people leave the country. You're going to see a lot of people act like they're, transhumans. So they no longer, because being a a transformer, you're not allowed to be enlisted in the army. So a lot of people is going to turn out into that. But they will bring forth the penalties. They will say, if you don't do this, we're going to do that. And a lot of us will comply. I'm not going to act like we're not going to comply. But you're going to have to make that decision. And to be honest, the only decision that we are left to make at this moment right now is to leave. Not leave the state. No, leave the country. The time will be that. And no, we're not going into no Middle East. No. We need to go where we fit in. Some of you might need to go to Haiti. Some of you might need to go to Jamaica, Trinidad. Some of y'all might need to just go back home and face the beast in your comfort zone. But this place called America, America has nothing to stand on. So if it has nothing to stand on, any little push, which you see right now, this entire place is going to flip over, and it's happening. And it's happening. So you guys got to really move accordingly. The solution is, of course, say no. Sacrifice. Say no, get out. Allow these people to enlist their children. Allow these people to enlist those that is MAGA supporters. You are the ones that needs to be in this front line. You're not about to go get regular Joe Blow, the lover, Mandem that don't even participate. Like, I don't participate in nothing political. I just give commentary on it. I don't participate in none of that. The last president that I ever voted for was Barry Santos. And that was because I didn't know about true American history, about us already having a melanated president. I didn't know that. But when I knew that, I found out, and I was doing my studies, and the more I uncovered, I realized, yeah, all of this shit is a joke. It's not about your salvation. It's not about your protection. It's nothing to do with nothing. They're not going to fix nothing. These people become president with an agenda. The agenda has to be met because the people that put them in those positions are the ones, are the ones that's really running the show and giving him the 411. And that's all of them. All the way down to Barry Santos. When I seen Barry Santos and I seen how he was in the first 6 months, the very first year, actually, I was like, oh yeah, he ain't doing nothing for us. He ain't doing nothing for us. He's literally here to, do the deeds of those that put him in that position. He's not here for us. And from that moment on, I totally disengaged. I left that shit alone. And you guys should do the same. But some of you guys won't. That's not my issue. What's my issue is putting our children in a battle that we have nothing to participate in. That's my issue. Like, literally. My issue. So I'm gonna leave it as that. You know what I'm saying? I don't wanna dive too much. I just had to, come talk to you guys and let you know, like, yeah, we here now. We here now. And no, again, this is not biblical prophecy. This is propaganda. This is them, playing Monopoly. This is them capitalizing off our ignorance, our stupidity. This is them, making a mockery out of us because they know we're no longer protected by the Constitution. You understand? This is them. This is them showing their hands. This is them showing how they really feel about you. You understand? And the same people that's putting this into motion will never, and I repeat, never be on that battlefield. And if they're not going to be on that battlefield, we're not going to be on that battlefield. And if push comes to shove, brothers and sisters are thrown in jail, detention centers, whatever it may be, make sure that every single one of you guys are together, unified. All you guys got to stand 10 toes down. Those that's doing life in jail understand the mission. Don't get compromised and bought by whatever. Understand the mission. You understand? But that's all I got for you guys. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. See any comments? Nope. No comment. Oh, shout out. Yes. Outlaw. See? He know that's the alpha gel. It's an alpha gel. Never heard of it. But All of a sudden, it's in the food, guys. And before I even leave, bro, like I said, prior to and we no longer have to call it a pandemic. We all know it was planned. It's in the Epstein files. Yes, it was emails sent, so we can call it. No longer have to say allegedly, right? But prior to this plan, bro, there was no such thing as these things that we're seeing now. So how did they get here? That's the question you got to ask yourself. How did it get there? It got here when you got situated. It got there when you guys got situated. And like I said before, it's only going to get worse. With this draft, with this release of ticks, the ticks, they said them things bite, them things is found in meat. That's the gel. That's the alpha gel. Them ticks. Okay? And we're not even going to talk about the high percentage of young people being unalive through numerous of reasons. And a lot of it has to do with So, shout out to you guys. And shout out to Outlaw. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let me see if I can put that on the screen. Yeah, shout out to Outlaw. Shout out to Zimmer. I hope I'm saying your name right. But shout out to all you guys. You guys must understand. Like, I really want you guys to understand where we're headed, man. Protect your family. Say no. When you go inside these prison complex, make sure, I repeat, make sure you guys are in alliance with each other. Because if they put you in these things and try to violate, everybody got to get ready to take that violation. And if you're not built for that, please take your bread and leave the U.S., bro. Just leave it. Leave it. So I'm about to do another podcast. You know what? You guys follow me on Rumble. We're gonna go to Rumble, and I'm gonna give a little bit more detail, because I can't say too much on YouTube, but I definitely could talk a lot more on Rumble. So follow me on Rumble. If you're not following me on Rumble, same thing, Oral D Podcast. Subscribe to that channel. I know a lot of people been telling me put my focus on Rumble, but YouTube is home, man. You know what I'm saying? YouTube is where I started. YouTube is where I gotta finish, but Rumble definitely where I gotta elevate. So come over to Rumble. You already know we're gonna talk about it. Follow me on all these social media platforms, Oral D Podcast. Send me a DM. I do reply. If you guys see if I don't reply, it's because I get a lot. You understand? I get a lot of DMs. A lot. Let me show you. Hold on. I'm going to show you something. You see? And this is just in the last 10, 15 minutes. Tomorrow's gonna be 100 plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get these things all day. Okay? So subscribe to the channel, follow me on all these platforms. It's your brother, man, from the motherland. I came to you guys live, and I'ma holler at y'all. One.